tá do lado. Confia. Chablau, cuzão. Começa aí.
Bom dia, boa tarde, boa noite, boa vida, bom momento. Bom, tô de volta aí depois desse hiato aí por causa do meu novo trabalho. Mas agora eu tô de volta para poder jogar mais um pouquinho. Quero terminar esse game, quero terminar o Star Wars. E vou aproveitar que no meu novo emprego agora eu posso trabalhar de casa muitas vezes. Então eu vou continuar conseguindo streamar. Só não vou poder mais fazer stream até tão de noite, mas tá tudo certo. Então é isso, não vamos perder muito tempo, vamos direto pro jogo. E eu lembro o que a gente tava fazendo no jogo quando a gente chegar lá. Então, estamos aqui, só deixa eu ver se tá tudo certo. Tá. Beleza, é isso mesmo. Então vamos lá. Vou ligar aqui rapidinho, vocês vão ver um pouquinho da minha tela. E aí já estamos no jogo. Esperar aparecer aí para todo mundo o game. Então beleza, ó. Tá salvo. Aqui. Ah, é aqui mesmo. Então beleza. Bom, o que a gente tá fazendo? A gente tá em Onderon, na verdade não em Onderon, estamos em Duxum, que é a lua de Onderon. E a gente quer ir pra Onderon e esse cara aqui, esse cara de cinza, o Mandalor, deu algumas missões pra gente fazer essas missões e ganhar a confiança dele pra ele levar a gente pra próxima etapa. A gente já fez essas missões, terminou na última stream e agora eu vou falar com ele pra gente continuar a história. Mas primeiro eu vou tentar falar com a Mira e ver se a gente já tem influência suficiente com ela pra gente seguir. Tá. Tá, isso aqui a gente já perguntou.
I'm good at finding people. Not. Go ahead. I'm good. Shoot. I didn't kill. Do you really?
Opa, pera.
All right.
Deixa eu perguntar de novo, porque acho... Ah.
Are you sure you want to hear this again? Well, Hanhar and Miko. I don't remember the name. Something with too many K's and Y's. Sounds like you're gargling Ronto spit when you say it. No idea. He's just Hanhar. I hope there aren't any more
Ih, rapaz.
like him. I get the impression he's not a good representative of his people, though. He's the equivalent of a mad calf hound among Rontos. Some of Voga the Het's men said Hanhar killed his own tribe, but those two crud thugs lie every time they open their mouths, so who knows? Well, not for long. Once off planet, Hanhar escaped from the Zerka slavers, then killed them all. I don't know. I always thought he just liked using them as weapons. Well, before you get too proud of him, Hanhar figured Zerka had the right idea. I don't think he understood the concept of slavery before, at least on the scale that Zerka practiced it. But now he did. You ever hear of Dursan 3, or the ID cluster colonies? Right, that's because Hanhar happened. He makes what happened to his homeworld look like an exercise in community building. He's not a bounty hunter. He's a slaver. A predator. It's like he's out to enslave or kill every human in the galaxy, like he's trying to settle some huge score or debt. I don't get it, but he's dangerous. Anyone who paid credits. And sometimes he just hunted humans for sport. The ones who survived, he sold to the exchange, to the huts, to anyone who'd buy bodies, living or dead. He and Voga used to do big credit transactions. That hut really liked the look of unwrinkled humans for some reason. Didn't make him too popular with the other huts, let me tell you. I was prey. And not only did I escape, but I saved his life while doing it. He's been hunting me ever since. I don't pretend to understand it, but among his people, they have these codes of honor. But somewhere along the line, Hanhar's got twisted. His people form these things called life debts. If you save the life of one of them, they pledge themselves to you. Well, with Hanhar, he can't escape that life debt. It's bred into him. But he hates every other living thing in the galaxy, so pledging himself to someone else, especially a human, was unbearable. So when I saved his life, it was the worst thing I could do. It was like slavery all over again. But it was in his head. It was like it pushed him over the edge. A life debt to Hanhar is a death sentence. He'll hunt you until you're dead. When I saved his life, it meant he had to kill me. And so he kept chasing me in hopes I would die. I think the fact I showed him mercy after hating humans for so long, that was something he couldn't stand. Probably. But if he had multiple life debts, especially to humans, Hanhar would probably go mad. He was angry before, sure, but he'd be 10 times worse if that happened. Hanhar's tough. Really tough. And when he loses it, it's like nothing can stop him. Seen him shrug off blaster bolts, Bothan stunners, and even survive a freighter crash on Dursan 3. He keeps coming. Oh, I'm glad he's gone. It's like a weight off my shoulders. I don't have to keep watching my back every minute, wondering when he's gonna show up. And he always did. It's like he always knew where I was. Trust me, if he was still alive, he'd be chasing us even now, waiting to ambush us when we least expect it. And he always shows up at the worst possible time. He was one of the best bounty hunters on Nar Shaddaa. Hanhar never gives up on his prey. Or his life debts. He's a hunter. He's a natural predator. Well, as happens on Nar Shaddaa, I made someone mad. Mad enough for them to send Hanhar after me. Turns out they were even able to get him cheap. He'd heard about me and wanted to hunt me down, for sport. He didn't think I'd be much of a challenge. Well, he tried to box me down in vents beneath the Narshada docks, and he'd set one too many proximity mines to cover the escape routes. I think he'd hoped to drive me into the mines and then let them do the work. Or that I'd be too scared to try and walk through them. Thing is, I knew Hanhar's supplier, and the trigger signatures for the mines. It was pretty easy to broadcast a signal to blind their sensor receptors for a minute or two. I figured that would buy me enough time to move through them and get away. Like I said, I disarmed the trigger fuses for enough of the mines to get by, temporarily. And Hanhar was pretty fast on my trail. I just made it to safety when he hit the first one. The blast leveled the entire ventilation section, and Hanhar was caught right in the middle, and he survived. Barely. He was crawling around, blinded from the flash and the plasma burns. It had happened so fast. All the blood had been scabbed and crusted from the flash. I had the drop on him, and even blind, he knew it. He could still hear me. My ears were ringing from the blast, but I could hear him. I think he was begging me to let him live. His voice, it wasn't a roar, more like an echo of it. I suppose I should have killed him, but I couldn't do it. He was in pain, and he was helpless. So I dragged him out of there enough to get him to safety, and he kept hunting me ever since. He said he'd pursue me to the edge of the galaxy. No matter where I ran, he would find me and break me, that I would always be prey. Maybe. I've thought about that moment. A lot. Wondered if I would do things differently if I had another chance. Talk. Why, you trying to be my father? No thanks. Are you sure you're a Jedi? That exile of yours must have gone on. Look, you're way too old for me. Even if I mean, you're really good in a fight, and besides, you already have your little... Look, if we start sharing a bunk, the other girls would get upset, and then I'd have to kick the hell out of them to show them... You're sweet, old guy. But let's keep it It's more than age. Run away? You're the one who couldn't handle me. Go ahead, now. I've killed... I know. It's different. I don't know why. I don't know. I haven't killed anyone for a long time. But when I'm around you, suddenly it's like I've always been doing it. It's like a reflex. I don't like it. And I don't know when or why it became so easy.
Eu ganhei influência com ela, vamos ver.
Talk. Shoot. Maybe I can... Anything else you want? All right. I know. I don't...
Tá.
Go ahead.
Já foi.
It's... Hey, me. I'm good. Listen. You know your target. I'm good. Shoot.
Tá.
I didn't kill him once. Are you sure you want to hear this? Well...
Tá.
I don't... You ever... Right, he's not... It's like... But his... What? So... And... Oh, and he... Seen... Yeah, tell me about it. Like I said, I get the impression a life debt's supposed to be a gift. But to Hanhar, it's more like a curse to both people involved. Alright. Well, as happens on Nar Shaddaa, turn...
Tá, beleza.
Well, I think he'd hope to drive me into the thing. I figured, like I think he was begging. I suppose, and he kept hunting me up that I would all talk. Why, you trying to be my father? Are you sure you're a Jedi? Look, I mean, besides... Look, you're... Run away. Go ahead. I don't...
Tá, esse aqui eu já fiz. Tá. Então vamos passar então.
Are you ready to go to ISIS yet? Kelborn told me that they were covert military and probably aligned with Colonel Tobin from ISIS. Kelborn doesn't think they'll send out any more scouts, but that doesn't mean there aren't more of them out there. Colonel Tobin is General Vaklu's right-hand man. Despite his martial skill, he handles himself as a functionary more than a warrior. Back when we were fighting Vaklu's resistance during the Mandalorian Wars, Vaklu wouldn't have any use for a poisonous Kinrath like Tobin. But Vaklu seems to have adapted well to peacetime. When you were last here, you probably didn't even go to Onderon. The Republic knew that Onderon's fate would be decided on its jungle moon, not the planet itself. To begin with, when you talk about Onderon, you're really talking about the ancient walled city of Isis. It's the only inhabited settlement on the planet. It depends on who you ask. Queen Talia rules from the royal palace, but her cousin, General Vaklu, has a great deal of power in Isis as well. They disagree about many things, just like their citizens. We fought General Vaklu during the war, and he is a worthy adversary. Queen Talia is young and hardly a match for him. Onderon is a recent addition to the Republic, joining during one of the darker eras in Republic history. Since joining, the Republic has endured many wars and great battles. The people of Onderon don't possess the resolve and strength needed in these times. Many of them want to break away from the Republic. They want to go back to an earlier age when they could cower behind their walls. Their spinelessness made them easy to conquer. We're not self-sufficient here. We need supplies. Isis is the only place to go for them in this system. Not much choice. Which is unfortunate, because their animosity towards Mandalorians makes it inconvenient to go there. I don't blame you. They're a sad people. I have some things to look into. I'll talk to you later.
Ué.
Are you ready to go to ISIS yet?
Vamos.
I'm going to talk with Zuka and have him start a shuttle flight check. After that, we'll head out. How are the port stabilizers?
They check out Mandalore. All systems are green.
Good. I want the shuttle bound for Onderon within the hour. What do you want?
Is all in readiness?
It is. Like I promised. Why? You want to back out now?
My only concerns are for the one you escort to Onderon, Mandalorian. Would you do any less for one of your clan?
Don't pretend to understand us. We Mandalorians are a breed apart.
If by apart you mean scattered, broken, and lost, then yes, you are correct.
Not for long. Soon the Mandalorians will be strong again, united as one clan under one banner. Mine.
Ah, yes. The Great Crusade, after the first one was ended by Revan and the Jedi. Such a defeat was merciful, an echo of the end, when your ships were in flames, crushed in the grip of Malachor V. but I do not need to remind you of such things.
I was at Malachor 5, and I remember how many Jedi died to stop us there. And no matter how many dead orbit that planet, the Mandalorians still live. Clan Ordo still lives. See Kex there? He was serving on Nar Shaddai's muscle for the Hutts. Kelborn was a scout for the Duros on Frontier Worlds. I brought them here, gave them a purpose. This galaxy will be ours again, I promise you. That is the future.
Indeed. The future is always in motion. It is a difficult thing to see. Perhaps there will be no New Age Mandalore, no great Mandalorian crusade. Perhaps your people fought their last battle at Malachor 5, and you have been dying ever since, a quiet death that will last centuries. And perhaps all that remains will be what I see before me. A man wounded by a Jedi, encased in a Mandalorian shell, hunted by the thought of being the last of the Mandalorians.
You've got some guts talking to me like that. You think your age or your Jedi whelp are going to keep you safe from me?
No, Mandalore, you are wrong. I hope that it is you who will keep the one I travel with safe. You are loyal, and you have served many masters, even following them into darkness. Do you wonder where he wanders now, Mandalore? Why he betrayed you at the end, cast you down, left you broken at the edge of the galaxy?
How do you know that?
I know many things, and I can answer the question that burns within your shell, Mandalore. But there is a price. You must keep the one I travel with safe. He is important to me, more important than anything. Show the same loyalty you have shown in the past, Mandalore. If there is a Mandalorian crusade, let it be for something that will carry your people's memory into the future. So when the time comes when there are no more Mandalorians, then at least their honor will remain. The one I travel with has walked your same path, and I ask that when the end comes, that you remember that kinship, even if it seems there is nothing else left.
Forget the Jedi. Keep your eyes on her.
One, two, three.
Mandalorians, we've got company. Stealth targets have breached our perimeter.
Wait a moment. I sense there is a disturbance in the camp. Our enemy has tracked us here. I did not expect them so soon. How did they get here, I wonder? Regardless, we must eliminate them all. None of them can escape. Our whereabouts must remain a secret. Let us join the battle. Our allies will need our help.
Então, importante que ela falou que ele falou o nome Ordo. E Ordo era o nosso companheiro mandaloriano do primeiro jogo. E aí quando ela fala que o nosso amigo nos abandonou no final, abandonou ele no final, tá falando da gente no primeiro jogo. Então vamos lá. Vamos colocar a Creia. Creia. Não. Visas. Vou colocar Handmaiden, vai. Pera aí.
You didn't think you were the only ones with stealth generators, did you? Over here. There are more of them. For Mandalore! follows you on a regular basis. I think it's best for both of us if we head to Isis immediately. Grab your gear. My men will take care of cleaning up the mess.
Ah, ele tá aqui, a gente não pode tirar, né? Eu vou levar essa criança aqui.
Vaklu's saying that the Republic ship attacked first? That's madness!
Unfortunately, lie or not, it's a madness people will believe.
The timing of this is atrocious. A space battle above our skies, so many of our fighters lost?
Curiously, only Tobin's men were involved in that battle.
That shooter!
Strong word, Your Majesty, but there is no good time for news like this. I recommend we continue with our plan.
But won't that bring even more followers to Vaklu's side? Increasing his power?
For a time, perhaps, but we both know he's not the true threat. It's his unseen support from the shadows that we must drag out into the light. Then, and only then, can we strike.
I fear by then it will be too late.
Here we are, the city of Isis. It's been shut down tight for months now. General Vaklu is close to declaring martial law. We won't be able to travel too far in the city. Fortunately, I have a friend in this quarter of the city. He's a doctor by the name of Dagon Gent. His office is on the other side of the market square. It might be best if you do the talking around here. The Onderonians have a mixed view of Mandalorians after we conquered their world.
Tá, primeira coisa é, vamos subir de level. Eu não sei, eu consigo transformar o Mandalorian em Jedi? Isso é uma ótima questão. Deixa eu dar uma olhada. Não, pera. Tô lendo aqui, calma aí. É, não dá. Então vamos transformar, não vamos transformar ele em Jedi, vamos só subir ele de level. Vamos lá, habilidades. Vamos colocar o dot. Vamos voltar, porque eu quero ver, ó. Ele tem bastante vigor, ele tem bastante constituição. Eu não tô vendo a força dele. Será que o vigor é a força? Ó, ele tem constituição e se usar que for força, ele tem força. Então o que a gente tem que subir ele. Vamos lá, habilidades, pra vir aqui. Dotes. Tá, eu acho que ele vai ser bom de porrada. né? Mas esse aqui acho que é melhor, dureza. Que ele vai ser tanque. Vamos tentar colocar... dureza não dá pra colocar no máximo. Vamos... Acho que isso aqui é duelo... Não, golpe duplo. Eu vou colocar em duelo. Que ele... Eu vou fazer ele ter uma arma só. Atributos. Vigor. Força física, Sempre tava falando vigor. Deixa eu ver o recomendado. Subir a constituição dele. O meu é vigor também. Só eu que li a força? Que doideira. Tudo bem. Vamos subir você também, né? Mas você não tem nada de constituição, né? Pera aí. Qual é o recomendado? Ele subir constituição. Eu vou subir destreza. Mas tem mais níveis. Dotes. Dureza aprimorada. Beleza, agora vamos voltar para o mundo da lore. Tá. Ele já teve a dureza, ele pode pegar o duelo. E isso aqui, né? Que é interessante. Isso aqui é o que? Golpe duplo. Regenerar pontos de vitalidade é interessante. Já que ele é porradeiro, né? Mecânica. Condicionamento é interessante pra ele também. É o cara que vai tomar muita porrada, né? Então... Ele consegue condicionamento no máximo. Beleza. Atributos. Vamos subir a força dele também. Ele vai ser porradeiro, ele vai bater. Vamos pegar esse aqui. Tá, dotes. Vamos pegar isso aqui. Tá. Vamos pegar aqui. Duelo. E vamos pegar aqui duelo no máximo. Rapaz, o homem tá ficando porradeiro mesmo, hein? Como a gente já pegou tudo aqui com ele... tudo não, né? Mas pegou, vamos pegar esse de regenerar pontos de vitalidade. Pronto. Agora vamos equipar a criança, né? Tá. Vamos ver. O dele. Se o dele. Sigilo ou não, né? Esse aqui pode ser. Dano físico mais 2. Essa. E fortaleza e demolição. Aqui fortaleza e demolição também. Então, vamos desse aqui. Aqui. Constituição, pacote de saúde. E vamos colocar escudo. E escudo. Cadê esse escudo de energia aqui? Aqui pra ele. Aqui diminui o ataque, né? Não era o que eu queria. Fortaleza. Vamos colocar ele com uma arma só. A espada Twila que ela... é interessante, mas... dá pouco dano, né? Aí, pronto. E aqui eu posso colocar a... nem vou colocar nada. Deixa ele com isso aqui. Tá, vamos salvar.
It's been a while since you've docked here, eh? I suppose the lockdown has hurt your profits as well. Oh, it must be hard to shuttle people when nobody's allowed to leave. The blockade has been bad for everyone. Your manifest says it's been 2 months since you last came here. Oh, it's become much worse since your last trip. Military checkpoints are everywhere. Nothing new. Our space forces have been in full readiness ever since the space battle in orbit. Tensions are running high.
E aí,
All
Rob, boa
Republic
noite.
vessels must be searched, and the delays are turning pilots grey before their time. And ever since the Republic fired on our space forces, things have been even slower. Bad days, and things are getting worse. I'd get out of the system quickly if I were you, friend. Well, doesn't look like you have any trade goods, so the inspection's just a formality. Here's your starport visa. Don't lose it. They're priceless right now. If you want to leave the planet, you need a starport visa. They're very hard to get. Many people want to get out of here before things get worse. Certainly. Mind what I said about the starport visa. I know one captain already who can't get back into the starport.
Eu sei que eu posso conversar com um guarda aqui pra conseguir...
Halt, off-worlder. You'll have to answer some questions before you go into the city. What is your business on Isis? I don't think your business is any concern of mine.
Observation. Master, your powers of persuasion, without the use of pain or violence, is a mystery to me. Statement. That's a weak attitude, Master. Power is meant to be used.
While you're at it, tell him to forget he ever saw us. Could be useful.
Not only is your business not my concern, I can't seem to remember why I'm holding you up. You should probably go about your business, whoever you are. Oh, don't lose your Starport visa, otherwise you won't be leaving for a long while.
Ah, eu perdi influência. Não. Não quero perder influência.
Halt off. What? I see. Is your ship affiliated with any Republic-based corporation? Do you have any crates of weapons or other military equipment you plan to sell in ISIS? You're free to go. Don't lose your Starport visa, otherwise you won't be leaving for a long while.
Não, eu sei que tem uma forma de eu ganhar influência com o droid, sendo cuzão. Eu quero isso.
Halt off.
Será que é aqui?
Why not? I can see you have no crates or cargo, and your ship is obviously not affiliated with the Republic. You're free to go.
É, não. Ué, não tem como eu ser ruim porque eu sou muito bom? É isso? Ó. Será que é... Eu acho que eu tô no lugar errado. Eu acho que é esse aqui.
General Vaklu was an underground resistance leader during the Mandalorian occupation.
Tá. Beleza, eu tenho coisa... Ué, era pra eu ter conseguido. Fala, Rob, o que você queria falar comigo sobre o jogo retrô?
Halt off. What? You're already cleared to enter the merchant quarter.
It disgusts me how many soldiers in other commands are willing to put aside this. Queen faithfully.
Qual o jogo que eu te indicaria jogar? Tá. Depende do que você quer jogar. Assim, que tipo de jogo você quer jogar? Cara, vou te falar que eu já joguei Zelda, mas eu nunca zerei nenhum. E eu joguei bem pouco. Chrono Trigger ou Zelda? Então, cara, é que depende muito. Tipo, por exemplo, obviamente eu não te recomendaria começar jogando Zelda 1 e 2, né? Eu nunca joguei, mas pô, são jogos muito antigos e tal, não sei o que. O A Link to the Past do Super Nintendo, que tem port pro Game Boy Advance, é legal de jogar. Que mais que talvez seria da hora de jogar e que tem fácil acesso? Cara, se você quiser, o Ocarina of Time tem um port pra 3DS e assim, por mais que eles tiraram do ar, a Nintendo entrou com um processo, tirou do ar o Citra, que é um dos melhores emuladores de 3DS, você acha tranquilamente ali na internet para baixar. Eu acho que eles mudaram o nome até para Lime, mas continua sendo a mesma coisa. E tem o Ocarina of Time. E tem os de Game Boy, Color, que foi o que eu joguei, que é o Oracle of Seasons e Oracle of Time, eu acho, alguma coisa assim. Eu joguei um desses dois, eu acho que o Oracle of Seasons. Eu gostei, cara, é legal, é legal. O Chrono Trigger eu acho que eu vou jogar aqui, né, em live. Um dia, quem sabe. Bom, eu achei que eu ia conseguir, né? Deixa eu ver se a gente passar por aqui, o droid vai falar alguma coisa. Não? Não vai. Se não tiver cutscene, eu volto. Ai, inferno.
I'm Captain Galisi, Offworlder. If you want to pass here, I'll need to see your starport visa. Everything seems in order. You're cleared to go. There are reports of Republic smugglers arming dissidents in the city. Checkpoints have been set up throughout the city to prevent more civil disturbances. There are two types of starport visas. The type you have is an individual visa, good for just you and any pre-registered staff and family that accompany you. The Office of Immigration also issued open visas. Because of the Republic attacks, General Vaklu just announced that the Office of Immigration has been shut down. There have been a lot of edicts since the Republic launched an unprovoked attack on our space forces. No one can get starport visas anymore. Listen, I wouldn't mind letting some of these unfortunates through, but regs are regs. Besides, some of my troops would like nothing more than to get rid of me to earn favor with General Vaklu. Any officer loyal to the Queen has found life increasingly difficult. So far, all the officers in the Merchant Quarter are still royalists, but many of our troops think Vaklu is right. I think he's right too, but he should respect the Queen's orders. But if I break any of Vaklu's orders, I fear some of my men wouldn't wait for my court-martial. The Republic and the Jedi brought many wars to our planet. Things were far simpler and safer when we were independent. General Vaklu keeps pressuring the Queen to listen to the will of the people and secede from the Republic. But Queen Talia is staunchly in favor of the Republic.
Deixa eu voltar. Deixa eu ler o que você falou. Pô, legal, melhor ainda. Uma coisa que eu tenho começado a valorizar demais é jogar o jogo em português, se possível. Nossa, muda muito a vida, assim. Você tem uma outra visão do jogo. Caramba, tem bastante coisa. Cara, aí você tem que ver, tipo, falam que o melhor é o Ocarina of Time, né? Que é um dos melhores jogos de Zelda. Aí é com você. Eu nunca joguei nenhum desses mais famosos pra poder te indicar. Joguei um pouquinho do A Link to the Past e o Oracle of Seasons. Só. Então... quem manja de Zelda é o Titor. O Titor jogou muito Zelda já.
These beasts you see here are for delivery to Telos, but the Republic vessels that transport them have to wait for thorough and needlessly long searches. So the city is stacked with caged beasts waiting for their ships. We have stopped gathering beasts now, but they still fill the city. For Drexel and Ryder, the Ithorians brought wealth and prosperity. Our settlements prospered, but now... I am a beast rider. I have flown great distances gathering the animals you see here. We keep hoping that Ithorians or Telosians get through the Space Force's searches so that we can sell them. Telos was attacked by Darth Malak in the Jedi Civil War. The surface was completely destroyed. The Ithorians have been searching for appropriate wildlife to create a new Telos, but their merchants are stalled by the blockade. They have been kept in their cages for a long time. But yet at times, I feel as if something else is affecting them. Frightening them.
Beasts can be sensitive to the currents within cities and people. When such things are disturbed, the beasts may echo it.
Perhaps it is the city itself. ISIS has fallen upon dark times, and tensions run high in the streets.
Tá.
Calm.
What? Run! The bomber is out of control!
Deixa eu ver se eu consigo dominar animal aqui.
I don't know what to say. I had heard stories, but I assumed that they were fledgling riders. Or simply tales that grow in the telling. Not since my first Drexel have I lost control of a beast. I apologize profusely. Here, I give you these credits for the danger I put you in. The beasts grow more agitated by the day. The stories say that the smoldering fires of city politics cast a smoke they can smell and breathe. They revert to their primal instincts. As you've just seen, when they get that way, not even a skilled beast rider can control them. As soon as I leave here, I will talk with my family. There is much to be discussed.
Tá, deixa eu ler o que você mandou, Rob. Então... Esse daí do ponto vermelho eu também não sabia, eu descobri quando adulto. É legal jogar uns jogos antigos. Eu tenho tentado jogar algumas coisas, tipo... mais antigas que eu sempre quis, que nem toda a minha ideia lá, que eu quero zerar todos os Final Fantasy até os de Super NES, né? Então, por isso que eu zerei do 1 até o 4 agora, falta o 5 e o 6, e aí eu completo. E o jogo do Star Wars aqui são jogos que sempre falaram muito bem, que são antigos. Aí eu falei, pô, vou zerar pra ver qual é que é. Porque tem jogo muito bom antigo, mas a gente tá acostumado com os jogos modernos, aí, porra, a gente acaba nem jogando esses daí. Mas eu queria dar uma chance.
Please keep them. It salves the shame my beast's behavior has brought me.
Beleza. Então, é legal jogar com tradução, que nem esse daqui. Tudo que você vê na stream, Rob, que... Tipo, tem alguns jogos que são em português, obviamente, mas que nem esse jogo aqui não é em português. Eu peguei e procurei na internet um mod que transforma tudo em português, mas é com tradução automática de Google, né? De Google Tradutor. Então, às vezes, sai uns negócios meio esquisitos, assim. Mas eu sempre tento fazer, assim, o máximo pro jogo tá em português pra conseguir, tipo... pra todo mundo acompanhar, né? Tipo, eu consegui fazer isso com o Final Fantasy 3 que a gente jogou aqui, que eu consegui pegar a versão em português. O 4 eu não consegui. Pelo menos não a de PSP. O do 5 eu não consegui também, só consegui em inglês. O do 6 eu tenho quase certeza que eu vou conseguir em português, porque eu peguei o Pixel Remaster. Mas eu tô tentando fazer tudo meio que em português. Tem alguns jogos que eu penso assim, pô, vou jogar na stream, eu quero que ele seja em português, dublado. Tipo, quando eu joguei o Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk eu joguei em português e pra mim foi do caralho, assim, eu adorei.
You're already cleared to enter the merchant quarter. Now move along.
Tá, tô de volta aqui, o cara tá aqui. Tá, vamos tirar ela e colocar a mira. Que eu quero influência com essa garota.
Let's hurry this up. I want him escorted out of here quickly.
This is outrageous. I'm not a spy. I'm a journalist for Isis.com.
You're a Republic spy, and your propaganda will be silenced. We are taking you back to our barracks for interrogation.
But, well, you can't be serious. You accuse me of propaganda? I have proof that Vaklu is withholding information on the so-called Republic.
One more word of treason out of you. What are you looking at? This is none of your business.
Please, sir, help me. Vaklu's troops won't listen. I'm just a journalist, not a spy.
This spy has been using his position as a journalist to spread lies and dissent among our people. No doubt he's been up to other treasonous activity as well.
But that's just crazy. I was a member of the Resistance. I fought in the Mandalorian Wars.
Yes, and your disloyalty now deeply sickens me.
Caralho, os caras dublaram o Crash.
A warrant? General Vaklu passed an edict giving the military broad authority to detain and question anyone suspected of treasonous activity. It was specifically meant for us to pick up spies like this before they could leave ISIS or go underground.
Porra, eu vou procurar no YouTube isso aí, eu preciso ver depois.
That is classified military information. Men, let him go. We'll be back with a court order. Then we'll take him to the barracks. And you should watch yourself. You don't want to be known for siding with people like him.
I don't know how to thank you. I'm getting out of ISIS now. Eventually they'll come back for me. After that, I have a feeling no one will hear from me again. Thank you.
Please, Captain, help me. My children and I are desperate to get off of Onderon. Do you have an open starport visa? My husband was killed by General Vaklu's troops. Our home was seized, and we were cast out. We have seen many wars on ISIS, and I know war is coming. I want to spare my children from bloodshed. I've told you our story. Please, won't you help us? My husband, he was part of the ISIS Council. He was a strong supporter of the Queen and the Republic. His views weren't always popular. Over time, he became convinced that Vaklu was trying to kill Queen Talia. He tried to kill Vaklu. To protect the Queen. The conspiracy was discovered, and he was shot during the arrest. What he did was wrong, and our life has been so difficult since then. I just want to get off this planet and start a new life. Please, help us. No one else will.
Beleza, consegui mais uma quest.
Queen Talia is a smart and capable ruler. The times before the
You have the look of someone used to adversity. A cut above the rabble around here. I have a business proposition for you. Everyone around here begs and pleads night and day for open starport visas. Very touching how well they act out their lies. Or truths. It doesn't matter, really. What does matter is credits. Hard currency. I offer you 2,000 credits if you find an open starport visa. You won't find a better deal. I only know of one person who might offer something comparable. And what's going on there is illegal. I'm a legitimate trader, so there's no risk. There's only one thing ultimately more important than money, and that's your life. She's trouble. I wouldn't deal with her. I want nothing to do with her. If you want to get involved with that sort of person, you'll have to figure it out on your own. No, I don't think so. It's really very simple. We don't have anything more to talk about, unless you get an extra visa.
O cara foi... usou persuasão e deu certo comigo. Eu vou dar uma olhada. Eu fiquei interessado agora. Fiquei interessado real pra ver essa dublagem aí.
Welcome to what must be the smelliest place in the universe, Offworlder. How can I assist you? That's an air defense tower. The city's filled with them. Isis is an ancient city, and for many generations, our main enemy was the Beast Riders that lived outside the city. Towers like these were built to protect us against Drexel and their Beast Riders. A Drexel is a flying beast. Huge creatures with teeth the size of your arms. Lethal, and skin like ferrosteel plates. Somehow the Beast Riders figured out how to tame them years ago. About 50 years ago, Princess Gallia married one of the great leaders of the Beast Riders, Orin Kira. That was right at the start of the Beast Wars. By the end of it, Gallia was crowned queen, and finally there was peace between our people.
Beast Wars é muito bom. Me lembro do desenho Beast Wars. Tá, pera aí. Tá. Beleza.
It's hard to put aside centuries of conflict. There's an uneasiness between our people. The Beast Riders are upset that General Vaklu has forbidden Drexel in Isis. Citizens usually only see the fallen Beast Riders, who are no better than thugs.
Tá.
Stay out of trouble.
Vamos salvar aqui. Eu tava vendo onde eu posso ganhar influência aqui. Quem é você, meu amigo?
Please tell me you're an off-worlder. You came from the spaceport, right? But this is good news. You have a starport visa, right? I can only sell my best weapons if you have that. These soldiers ensure that I don't forget these formalities.
Watch it, Keg. The captain already has enough complaints about you.
No need to be alarmed, my foreign friend. Pay the soldier no heed. Pretend he isn't here. General Vaklu is concerned about well-armed insurgents. They've had to get arms from somewhere. Not from me, of course, but all sales of weapons have been severely restricted. I can only sell to off-worlders like you that have the proper clearance. And now off-worlders can't come here because of the blockade and searches, but it's a wise policy. Of course, soldiers are only doing their job. Even if it puts me out of business, I am happy. Even if I'm forced to live off scraps in the street, I am so happy to do my part. Long live General Vaklu!
Tá, vamos ver aqui. Eu acho que isso dá pra comprar. Cristais. Esse aqui é interessante. É caro. Vamos salvando aqui, né?
There must come a time when the Queen bows to the will of the people. The Republic has brought nothing but war and death. In our 50 years of flying their colors, we have had more war than the past millennia. Back General Vaklu in his effort to make her see reason. We do not need the Republic. They need our resources, our world, and our blood. For all that we have given, now we get nothing. The Republic is weak and falling apart. Its Jedi, whose fallen brethren have brought such misery to us, have disbanded. Let's be the first world to take our future into our hands. Are you with me? Leave here, off-worlder. My words are meant for the sons and daughters of Onderon. Your type continues to plunder our world, and we have nothing to show for it. Be gone!
That's enough, Ponlar. If you keep this up, you're going to spend time in detention. You're coming awfully close to treason.
You can't silence me forever, soldier. But I'll keep my peace. For now. If I speak more right now, the soldiers will arrest me. Perhaps later.
Olha quem eu achei aqui.
Unnecessary observation. You are eliminating many of us Jedi. But such actions only delay the inevitable. Annoying recitation.
Tá, aqui é a mesma coisa de sempre. Então...
Failing master. Failing master.
O que eu posso fazer com esse terminal de segurança? Pera, eu não tenho o suficiente? Acesso negado. Saco.
Kawanabota ayuka taigwa kankidora. Ya
Dahupa, bosa kurata, go jujuto yoke, kavadumpa munsuru kupla liyawa, bo bagaragawa.
Mogachi norta hirembe wanachi, kaki mogo grabo, drum pabana karas mang.
Kawana bota yunta tanga kinamatora, tayaita.
Kawanabota ayuka taigwa kankidora.
Kavadumpa munsuru kupla liyawa, bo bagaragawanda yaitua ulwa. Kawana bota yunta tanga.
Fereki mangradu noko herete chun.
Taracho mosincho kavavolpa muli. Kawana bota yunta tanga.
Ondalano saka, drum pabana karas. Kawanabota ayuka taigwa kankidora. Yasora
Variki, mangra, do, cha, screen. Kawanabota yunta tanga kinamatora.
Dawancha mori konsova. Mawani din.
Unta chiwita inka kika.
Kawanabota ayuka taigwa kankidora. Yasora ku tuka ulwan
Da hupa bossa kurata.
The sky ramp is restricted to military personnel only. Stay clear of here, Offworlder. The sky ramp leads to the battlements, and this particular ramp leads straight to the palace itself. No civilians are allowed past this point. I'm the one in charge here, Offworlder. If you try to get past me, then you'll have the entire ISIS garrison on you in seconds. There's no chance of that, Offworlder. The palace is locked down tight, and only authorized personnel are allowed in.
Tinachara, Granacha, Rakichi-sa, Rakichi-sa, Dakosha, Nichotono, Punta Corso Waman, Jumkarataka, Chonobograwe.
Engraçado. Fala que... No negócio que fala das influências, fala que eles vão... Que eles iam provocar a minha Bounty Hunter, por isso que ela tava aqui. Vou dar mais destreza, né? Ah, esse aqui é melhor.
A lot of credits to be made around here lately, if you have the right skills.
Some of those alien thugs had a go at you, right? I don't want to cross you.
Opa, monte de lixo.
Beasts are acting up again.
I am 1B-AD, an automated droid vendor. I have in stock a variety of quality droids. Warning. Any attempt to interfere with 1B-AD's primary function will result...
Tá.
This is Dagon Gent's place. He's not the best doctor you'll ever meet, but he's well connected in this city. Doesn't look like he's here right now, though.
You looking for Dagon? You're not gonna find him here. A soldier captain was murdered at the cantina real good. They got some suspects at the tower. From what I hear, Dagon Gent is one of them.
He's certainly capable of it, and probably stupid enough to get caught. But we need him, suspicion of murder or not.
It's the turret tower on the other side of the market. Captain Riken is the man to talk to. If you talk to him, tell him I got his 20 credits.
Bom, tá na hora da gente saquear a casa dos outros, né? Laboratório, a gente não tem ninguém aqui agora nesse momento pra usufruir do laboratório. Vamos andar aqui, ver se a gente acha alguma coisa. Cidadão. Cavaleiro de criatura. Aqui eu acho que deve ser a cantina. Porteiro da cantina. Tá. Vamos na cantina antes da gente fazer o resto. Às vezes tem alguma coisa aqui. Oi, Gormo. Tá, deixa eu falar de novo com ele. Beleza. Vamos ver se tem com quem a gente conversar. Opa, tem.
Kawana bota yunta tanga kinamatura. Tayai. Chone mulera. Tonkinge ba no jansaka nikaraska. Tanjani mungachi norta imbre wanachike. Tumba bambwa. Conti. Kawana bota yunta tanga kinamatura. Tongi. Mungachi norta imbre wanachike. Drumba bambwa. Mungachi norta imbre wanachike. Drumba bambwa. Kawana bota yunta tanga kinamatura.
Beleza. Cliente. Opa.
There's got to be something you need, something you want. I have connections, many connections in the city. I can provide high-quality, unique weapons that you won't be able to find elsewhere. I even have a rare lightsaber crystal, something you'd never find elsewhere. If you need money, I'll pay you 5,000 credits. All I ask is get me one open starport visa. I really can't be any help with that. I might have been in the same detention cell that night that Dagon's in now. The soldiers were asking me some entertaining questions that night. I've got no idea what was going on. Let's just say I'm one of their usual suspects. Sort of comes with the territory. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I want to talk to you about anyway. Don't worry what I'll do with a visa. Maybe I'll just take a vacation. Maybe I just want to visit my mother on Nar Shaddaa. Decent citizens like you really don't want to know what I'm going to do with it. I am not going to tell you what I'm using it for. Considering what I'm willing to pay or give you, no questions asked seems reasonable. Because we'll trade them simultaneously. And if you aren't satisfied with your payment, I'll let you switch it for something else. I don't want to cross a Jedi. It's a small universe. I don't really care about the trouble that's behind you or ahead of you. We have exactly one thing we can talk about. Starport visas.
thought it was you. I served in the Mandalorian Wars with you. You're a Jedi, right? I was one of the ground troops. We fought on Daggery Minor together. It was near the beginning of the war. We didn't win that battle. Enough of the past. The whole galaxy isn't safe for Jedi now, especially here. Onderon has suffered through 3 wars started by fallen Jedi. Do you still serve the Republic? That's the first good news I've had in months. I was sent by the Republic Senate to investigate certain delicate matters that are happening on Onderon. It's worse than we feared. I have to get to Coruscant to deliver my report. But days before I was planning to leave, they started requiring starport visas. After the Jedi Civil War, the Republic was weak, and the cost to the Jedi Order was staggering. This entire region is unstable, and the entire Republic government could collapse. If Onderon secedes, other worlds may follow, and that can't be allowed to happen. Trade between our worlds has brought economic prosperity, and people just take it for granted. All worlds are now interconnected. The Senate also smooths over differences, and is a great instrument for peace. If the Republic falls apart, 1,000 little wars born out of petty rivalries will erupt over time. Eventually, the entire galaxy could be thrown into a dark age. I really can't say. The most I will say is stay clear of General Vaklu. His ambition knows no bounds. I believe the people of Isis are absolutely correct. A civil war is brewing, and Vaklu may very well win if I can't get to Coruscant in time. What do you want to know about that night? Dagon Gent didn't do it. Because he was with me at the time. It's quite simple. Right now, he's accused of murder. If he's convicted, the sentence is death. If he's accused of espionage, let's say assisting a Republic spy, then the penalty for that is death. I'm afraid the Onderonians are quite fond of their death penalty. So if I stood up for him, he'd be trading one death sentence for another. I was with Dagon in his office at the time of the murder. He definitely wasn't involved with her murder. We were taking great pains not to be seen, which has a certain irony to it, really. If you can free him, please do. He's been invaluable with his help to the Republic. I only wish there was something I could do to help him.
Assuming we get Dagon free, we're going to have a few private words about this. Together, we fought against the Republic during the Mandalorian Wars.
I don't particularly like the idea that he's working for them now.
The information I have is vital to the Senate. I hope you can help. Thank you for the tip. The journey to Coruscant would be more costly and attract more attention. But there are many freighters bound for Telos. Helping me is not without its risks. I know you have Jedi training, so you can probably handle it. But I may be being watched. If that would compromise your mission, perhaps we should go our separate ways.
Esse Nico eu não falei ainda.
Sentient? Are you interested in a friendly game of Pazak? The deck is... Foul business, that is. Like most nights, I was here. What do you want to talk about? Know him? He's probably my best friend on this planet. Honestly, he's not a very good doctor, but he is a great drinking companion. I'd much rather talk about something else. Focusing on the negative is no way for a gambler to live.
Tawini Malre, una Krachi Kusaku John Sobo Marin Mogachi Norta Imbrewe Sotamiche Pratanga no me vide tota Rochawana Chike from that Brava Ishunko Jova Ninja Chimba Taxi We non sacrate rotota de Jalawara Kunsa Zoto, Chubatone King Chu, Kuriko Asotoe, Rinke Free, Te de Ducha, or Samba Sugna.
Kroto no ranga manatandi groto, Nunchko. Tanto todos, Tumukarata, Me ranga no roto. Sucre masukunda tungala. Me rontono junsara ka roto. Kroto no ranga manatandi groto. Mopikuna wat. Kroto no ranga manatandi groto. Mopikuna wana si jins. Aramontok tumukara chukorak. Grun kanwana machi nito rabanaka. Tosi. Tanto todos tumukarata.
Pornacho ni sopa maranga do risa vota. Kawana me. Sucha tol. Dochi ni mazrunta. Ragich. Kavadumpe masuraku. Popayi botenya. Tachi morota kamsa. Krach. Mizoto minaka de sama krema krach vituto. Vakaraze zon mama pot. Kavadumpe masuraku popayi botenya. Dahupo botenya goju chopicha. Gwentaba ni so. Kavadumpe masuraku popayi botenya. Dahupo botenya goju chopicha. Gwentaba ni sochu. Noroto. Kavadumpe masuraku.
Fasa susho wi. Karantaga. Lutanas. Tutami siki.
Que entrada, né? Eu vim pra cá. Contrabandista, 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 panar. Isso aqui.
This room is reserved, off-worlder. If you ask me, she got what she deserved. She looked down on us beast riders. Good riddance. I know his face, that's about it. His office is on Beckel's turf. She's a beast rider like me and our leader. You better never be speaking ill of her, or else.
Beleza. Vamos sair daqui e voltar. Vamos salvar aqui, né?
Ready? Back off, wormhead. This bounty's mine. Don't do something you...
Bawan madiransha, you kamos krun. Nande misoku kuran marenden krabanus. Kavadumpa, mo wendido chokerembi norta kunyun wish chawa kachuba. Sura dachi morotuko gansa.
Vai, ganha influência com a mira, que era o que eu queria. Caramba, veio bastante gente pra bater em nós, hein? A minha do Season chá. Vamos ver se essa daqui... Ah. Não. A minha é melhor. Opa! Túnica de Alimaqueto. Será que tá aqui embaixo? Ah, tá aqui, mas eu não posso usar porque... Ah, tem que ser do lado sombrio. Ah, deixa eu curar todo mundo, né?
General, we have found them again.
Have we, Tobin? Or is this a preface to another of your failures? Consider the whole field, Tobin. Why would a Jedi risk all of this just to come to Isis?
The crew of the Ebon Hawk is elusive, General. We were warned about that, but we still underestimated them. But the fools are here, in Isis. The intel on this is certain. I'm ordering men loyal to us to take care of them now.
I think I have an idea. Hold that order. Have him watched instead. The Jedi may prove a solution to another one of our persistent problems.
Deixa eu falar com a Mira.
Why? Are you... Look, I mean... You're... It's more... Run. Alright. Maybe I can... Anything else? Go ahead.
Deixa eu salvar. Que horas são? Quer dizer, que horas são? Quanto que a gente tá de...
Back again, Off-Worlder? I'm sure you have a starport visa. If I were you, I'd leave before too many more beast cages are stacked in the streets. We certainly do. He and several other people were picked up in connection to a murder. Captain Sulio. She was in charge of the Starport checkpoint. A good soldier. Your friend was one of the last people that saw her alive. So far, he's just a suspect. But if he did it, the punishment is death.
Dagon Gent is the only person I know with the contacts to help us out. We need to get Dagon out of custody.
Until we either eliminate him as a suspect or find the real killer. Dagon has quite a record with the authorities. The Colonel thinks that murder isn't too far a stretch for someone like him. I know Dagon personally. He's one of the worst doctors I've ever heard of. But I can't see him deliberately killing someone. He was one of the last people seen with Captain Sulio in the cantina. Ask around there. I've heard he's got a good motive for killing her. If you can somehow clear that up and prove it wasn't him, Command will cut him loose. If I say any more, I'll get in trouble. No way. We're under orders to make sure no one sees the murder suspects. Command is taking this very seriously. What else? These are troubled times. You've probably heard that General Vaklu and Queen Talia are having some disagreements. I've been warned from Command to keep my opinions to myself on that. So I've learned my lesson. I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. Ask around, though. There are plenty of people who'd like nothing more than to talk about it. Times are too complex for a simple soldier like myself. Sometimes I made the mistake of answering questions honestly. If you say anything bad about a superior officer, they call that disrespecting the rank. Do that too many times and it's not long before you're a civilian. The politics of the day is probably the most talked about subject in the city, and everyone wants to share their particular view of what's going on. Opinions are like Giska around here. They breed like mad. Stay out of trouble.
Ok, então a gente vai ter que voltar lá. Aqui não tem nada, né? Não. Não tem nada. Não tem nada mesmo. Não. Tá. Opa.
I'm quite busy right now. Perhaps later we could talk.
Vamos de novo lá na cantina trocar uma ideia com a galera, vamos. Deixa eu falar com o mano aqui, talvez ele consiga me ajudar. Ele tá aqui dentro? Não. Opa, tem um corpo aqui? Mas não consigo fazer nada. Aqui a bolsa também tá vazia. Tá. Vamos pra cantina logo. Tá, ele falou que não.
What do you want? Not really, I just started here. I have to get back to work. Now, what did you order? I'll just guess.
Kawana bota yunta tanga kinamatura. Tayai. Da hupa, o sakurata, go jujuto yoki. Kavadumpa mun muliurawa iberendi.
Beleza.
This room is reserved.
Opa, pera, não.
This room is reserved. I suggest you leave the room, off-worlder.
Tá.
Do you have a visa yet? I'm still...
Good to see you again.
Kroton oranga mana. Bosonchi. Tanto todos, tu karata. Miranga naroto. Dosi mana racha. Sucre masukun batungal.
Tá, beleza. Essa.
Dovere ninja, eu não...
Jun soba me rapa, no kuma randisa mak chiksa, kucha bak tong kinka mata kata.
Kavadumpe masu...
Tá.
Faça sushi.
Tá. Quem que ele fala? Ah, deixa eu perguntar pro...
Welcome back. Foul business that. Never. Dagon thought very highly of the good captain. I did too. She had a sharp wit, that one. Sad to see her go. Know him.
Tá, beleza. Então os dois se davam bem. Deixa eu perguntar pro Keith.
Da wancha mori. Chone mulera. Tonkinge bano jansaka nikaraska. Tanja nigdma kavadumpa munsuru kupla liyawa. Bo bagaragawanda yaitu kawana bota yuntatanga kinamatura. Chone mulera. Tonkinge.
Tá. Então ele tá tentando.
Wait your turn. I have 3 customers ahead of you.
Deixa eu perguntar pra esse... Vou falar com esse cara aqui, vai que ele falou que ele não tava aqui, né, mas... É, ele nem dá prosseguimento. E aqui, esse cara aqui talvez dê.
This room, if you ask me, I know his face. She's a beast.
Tá. Vamos ver se você sabe.
I really
Tá. E você? Tá.
We were taking great pains not.
Assuming we get Dagon free, we're going to have a few
Tá. Beleza. O que o Lula Molusco aqui fala? Barrima, Nico, Panari, Kif. A rima. É, aqui não é Barrima. O Panan já conversei, o Nico. Barrima, Panan, Nico e Kif. Faltou Barrima. Barrima é o... Eu acho que é o bife aqui, não é? É.
Posa non ci rinta masukin kura wanka. Posong chinsun mi karanga doma. Kroto no ranga manatandi groto. Mokpitu na wanas. Minsukre masukun ratungala. Merontono junsara. Kroto no ranga manatandi groto. Mokpitu na wanas si wano bosh.
That bit of information will help with clearing Dagon. But the Onderon military won't let him off that easy. They're very obstinate. Maybe someone in here will know more about what happened that night.
Minsukre masukun ratungala. Merontono junsara garoto. Minsukun rakawata. Poendo rakamana sobu.
Tá. Mas beleza, já descobrimos. Vamos ver se algum... Tá, não. Você. Tá, vamos falar com mais um. Vamos ver se ele responde. Ele falou que não tava aqui, né? Tá. Vamos falar com esse cara. Eu tenho quase certeza que ele não tá envolvido. Vamos. Beleza. Estamos investigando. Tá. O que aconteceu?
I was cleaning up stakes from a particularly rewarding Pizat game when I heard a loud sound outside. I grabbed my blaster and went out the door. When I got out, I saw Captain Salio. She was quite dead. Blood was everywhere. I heard a noise and saw Dagon Gent coming from his office across the courtyard. We both waited for the authorities to get there. The next day, they picked up Dagon and several other people in the area. It's crazy to think he did it. Salio was our friend. Just outside the door by the junk heap.
It might be a good idea to look at the crime scene. We fought many soldiers in the Mandalorian Wars. The Onderonians were certainly brave, but they were disorganized and stupid. I wouldn't be surprised if they overlooked something.
Beleza. Vamos conversar com o resto da galera, vai que, né?
Now what do you order? I'll just get...
Tá, não, beleza. Aqui eu já esgotei. O bife, falta o Panan. Panar. Tá, também esgotei aqui. Então vamos pegar, vamos ir pro lixo. Lixo. Vamos ver se... Aqui não dá pra investigar. Aqui também não dá. Aqui dá? Não. Será que o recuperador fala com a gente? Não.
It's not much, but enough to live on.
Ah, aqui o sangue. Algo mais na área, pode ser. Droid quebrado.
Somebody we talked with mentioned a droid. This droid was destroyed recently. Someone inside the cantina might know more.
Beleza. E a gente vai indo e voltando nessa investigação.
Wait your turn. I have 3 customers ahead of you.
Da hupa, bossa curata, go jujuto yoki, hiata yamba wat, hunta chiwita inka. Da wancha more chiwa, mufala. Ichawa te crossi wisho toda si, e crimba.
Beleza. Ele não quer falar, né, com a gente.
That Bith keeps buying droids, and the scavengers keep stealing them or blowing them up. Seems he's finally given up. The waitress is awful, but she's more fun than his droids ever were. I wouldn't tell you even if I knew. I could tell you where you could find the parts, though. That western square has the perfect fence for droid parts. There's a droid vendor called 1B8D. That droid is as dumb as a Gamorrean. He'll buy anything because he's too stupid to do anything else. 1B8D is quite handy. Quite a few of the slum dwellers make a good living salvaging droid parts for him. He might have even bought some.
Beleza. Vamos conversar com mais gente só por desencargo de consciência. O Nicto e o... Não. Será que ele me bloqueia? Ah, não. Quando atualiza a quest assim, ele já bloqueia. Tá bom. Então vamos lá. Esse querido aqui.
I am 1B8D, an automated droid vendor. Entity Behemoth unknown. I have many serving droid parts. The market rate for those parts would be 25 credits. Thank you for your business.
Kif and the cantina can probably do something with this. We should head back.
Beleza. Que investigação, hein?
Da hupa, bossa curata, go juju. Kawana bota.
Hello there. What is this? Oh my, she's dead.
Kawana bota yunta tanga kinamatura. Tayaita, ta bosananansata.
Beleza, vamos falar com o Nico. Ou é Nicto. É o Nico. Tô falando o nome dele errado.
Foul business, that is. If it'll help Dagon, you got it. There's no way that Dagon could have done it. I saw him coming from his office. That's the opposite direction of the marketplace. We should go talk to Captain Riken and clear all of this up.
Nico, is it? And the Offworlder. What brings the two of you here? That's a bold statement. I assume you have some sort of proof.
It's a long story, so bear with me, Captain.
The night of the murder, I was playing Pazak. It was a prosperous night.
That should do it. We still don't know who killed Sulio, but this will greatly assist our investigation.
You have been ordered off this investigation, Captain. I hope you can explain yourself.
I had nothing to do with this, sir. This citizen found information about Captain Sulio's murder. It's material to the investigation.
We've already got our man. Sulio and this Ghent were fighting the night she was murdered. He had ample motive. Have you read the report? Some of the things Sulio called him were vile. Sulio and Dagon clearly hated each other. You expect me to believe...
It's absolutely true, Major. I was a friend of both of them. They've done this dozens of times. Bahima, the bartender, can confirm it, as well as half a dozen other people. They were an odd pair, but they certainly didn't hate each other.
I see. Well, there's still the fact that he was right there at the scene of the crime. So what? What matters is who was there first. An eyewitness said he came from his office almost immediately. The only thing that matters to me is that he was within blaster range when Sulio was killed, and he did not have an alibi. You have a recording? And I'm sure you're just misinterpreting it.
I've seen it myself, Major. Nico isn't the only one that spotted Dagon coming from his office. It really can't be Dagon Ghent. The real killer is still loose.
Very well, Captain. Set Ghent free, then. But if later it turns out that he did do it, it's gonna be on your head.
The men will be working on getting Dagon Ghent out right away. The Major sure isn't happy. You're quite a team. Together, you got the Major to back down. That's no small feat. The investigation has been handled at the highest levels. I've heard there's been some concern about that. With Dagon free, I don't know if the investigation team will find another suspect. They haven't been as diligent as other investigators. I'm not gonna say any more. Probably said too much already. If you head over to Dagon Ghent's office, some men will bring him there shortly. Thanks for clearing this whole thing up. I could tell the justice wasn't being served, but we all have our orders. We really need to patrol that sector better.
Thanks for getting me out of there. As detention cells go, it had definite class, but I prefer being out on my own all the same. I owe you and Mandalore one. Wrong place, wrong time. Captain Sulio and I were acquaintances. I just happened to be too close when she got dead. Real shame. She wasn't bad to look at, and she could drink. No, and at this point, I don't care. Just glad to be free. She's dead now. Not like finding whoever did it will bring her back. I deal with death all the time. We all end up like her eventually. Not many people can help you out with that. There have been several assassination attempts on Queen Talia. That place is locked tighter than a Hud's fault. I know a few people, though. Who do you need to get in touch with? A Jedi Master, you say? Now that is interesting. It's quite a bounty in Jedi these days. Not that I'm looking to collect, but if there's a Master there, I think I know who it is. There's a slight problem with that. I know you don't want to hear that since you went through all the effort of springing me out. The thing is, scavengers have already looted most of my stuff. Most of it's garbage anyway, so I don't care too much. But I did have a couple of encrypted holodisks that they nabbed. So here's the punchline. I need those disks because they have some contact information on them. The people I know you don't just walk up and chat with. There's a procedure, and that holodisk has the procedure. The Kells gang pretty much owns this street. From what I hear, she's the one that cleaned me out. She's in the local cantina most days. She's tough as Drexel leather and more dangerous than an angry Wookiee. If you take Mandalore with you, though, you should be just fine. Just get me the encrypted holodisk. After that, if there is a Jedi Master in the palace, I'll get you a meeting with him.
Ai, ganhamos um sabre de luz curto. Mais um. A gente só ganha sabre de luz curto, bicho. E um sabre de luz normal. Bom, eu subi de nível, né? Não quero subir tanto que... Força Interior 2. Tá. Condicionamento aprimorado é interessante. O que é isso aqui? Combate superior com 2 armas. Esse é bem interessante. Acho que esse é mais interessante. Poderes da força. Eu acho que eu posso pegar a cura. A meditação de combate mestre é interessante. Isso aqui é desvio com força. O que eu queria era praga, né? Isso. Mas esse aqui também é bom, que é ruptura da força. Eu acho que eu vou de ruptura da força, que é bom pra lutar contra Jedi. Beleza. Quem é você? Quem é você? Ah, o Rick.
Now, what did he order? I'll just guess.
Ah, e a Baquel. Só uma coisa, antes da gente continuar. Deixa eu ver aqui. Tá. Tá, pera aí. Deixa eu ver uma coisa se eu consigo. Antes de terminar aqui, eu quero testar uma coisa.
I won't remain silent any longer. The Republic has actively attacked us. They attack our spaceships unprovoked. What next? An invasion? Perhaps they seek to conquer us. Will you stand idly by? Will you let them bomb our city? No! If Queen Talia is so removed that she won't do what the people so clearly want, then we must show her. With force!
That's it, Ponlar. We're taking you in. You've gone too far.
Brothers and sisters, let us rise up now and march to the palace. Our will cannot be denied!
Deixa eu ver.
He's right! Get arms! Kill the royalists!
They're arming. We need backup. We could use your assistance. Try to disable them. If the mob grows, many more will die.
I agree. There's no percentage in getting involved with this.
We have no time for this. Fire!
Kill the royalists!
É, eu ganhei influência com ela, mas vamos ver se foi a melhor.
Why, you trying to be my father? Look, it's more than shoot. Well, as happens on Nar Shaddaa. All right, I didn't kill him.
Tá, eu ganhei influência com a Mira, que era o que eu queria. Eu acho que eu já completei influência com ela. Eu vou até tirar ela. Tá, pera aí, deixa eu ver aqui. Tá, beleza. Então, o que a gente vai fazer? Vamos tirar ela. Vamos trazer ele. Tá, daqui a pouco a gente sobe o nível dele. Mas antes de tudo... Aproveitar que eu tô aqui. Ah, não, é. Então vamos tirar ele. Aproveitar que eu tô aqui e indo.
Captain, you're back. Please tell me you have an open... Thank the Four Moons for your kindness, Off-Worlder. I only wish I had some way to thank you. But my children and I will never forget your kindness. Hurry, children. We get to go on a spaceship, thanks to the captain. We get to go into space.
You are still unready to face my master. Any flaw he will sense. As he is a seam in the fabric of the Force. He senses fractures and weaknesses around him. Your treatment of this woman and her offspring is symptomatic of your own weakness. I'm not sure you are correct. I only hope you prove strong enough for what awaits you. You and your compassion.
Tá, então pera, já que eu não... Tá. Como eu não ganhei o negócio, então eu vou colocar pelo menos a Handmaiden comigo. É, tem que ter a mira pra eu fazer a primeira parte aqui. Na verdade, vamos tentar usar o Goto aqui já.
Your initiative is commendable. This situation presents an economic advantage to us. Will you allow me to assist? Leaving an economic asset vulnerable is a serious error, but it is a windfall to us.
Reinitializing complete. Greetings. Do you have any interest in my goods? That goes against my primary behavior programming. All items must be sold based on the most favorable market conditions. 1B8D cannot haggle. This is also a part of my primary behavior matrix. $1B8D was built and programmed by Tolos the Trader. 1B8D was built to buy droid components for below base cost value and sell components based on most favorable market conditions. Do you have any interest in my goods?
Ganhei a influência com o Goto, que era o que eu precisava. Agora vamos tirar ele, colocar a mira de volta.
I won't remain. If
Tá, a gente já viu isso aqui. Beleza, agora vamos esperar terminar essa luta. Ah, quer dizer... Vamos esperar, né? Meu Deus. Apanha, hein? Beleza, terminou. Tá, vamos salvar. Agora vamos tirar ela, que não tem mais necessidade. Trazer a Handmaiden, então. Ah, ela, a Handmaiden subiu de nível também. Então vamos... Habilidades... Dotes... O que eu posso colocar de dot pra ela? Assalto da força aqui... O que ela tinha aqui? Sentimento Jedi. Não precisa de sutileza, né? Empatia não. Aqui ela tá com sabre de luz. Como ela não tá usando sempre sabre de luz, vamos... Aumentar aqui de arma corpo a corpo. Poderes. Tá. Ela não usa muito a força, então tem que ser mais buffs, né? Então, aqui. Beleza. Então só vai entregar o negócio pra essa moça aqui.
Captain, your thank the former.
Tá, beleza. Eu não ganhei nenhuma. Mas tudo bem. Tá, agora sim, vamos salvar. De novo, né?
What do you want here, Offworlder? The room is taken. The whole cantina is taken. You should leave. You? And just how do you intend to do that? It isn't for sale. I warned you, Offworlder. Kill him.
Oh.
Time to die.
This will teach you.
É absurdo. E isso porque eu nem sou de força. Ah, o Keith saiu daqui?
Good to see you again. Really? I've been looking for one for weeks. You've done a tremendous service for the Republic. Now I have to catch the first shuttle out of here. May the Force be with you.
His mission sounds important to the Republic. You acted admirably by aiding him in his endeavor.
Fiz o... Tá. Vamos fazer aqui mais uma parte e a gente finaliza por hoje. Vamos salvar, né? Importante.
Have you found the encrypted holodisks yet? I won't be able to get a hold of my contact from the palace without it. Great going there. With these, I'll check my contacts at the palace. I should be able to get a meeting with your Jedi Master shortly. You got anything you need to take care of in the quarter, you best do it now. You're dealing with serious politics by contacting him. If things go bad during a meeting, you may not be welcome in Isis anymore. Perhaps never. Just let me know if you want to go through with this. Come back.
Tá. Deixa eu ver uma... Ah, o Mandalor subiu. Subiu o flurry dele. Tá. Ó, tô no máximo ali, hein. A minha sabedoria é 24 junto com a minha destreza por causa dos meus bônus. Tá, eu só quero ver. Tá, mestre do palácio, círculo de batalha, isso aqui é em Tucson, não é aqui. Nar Shaddaa. Tá. É. Tá bom. Vamos lá então.
Yeah, I'll get on it. Just grab a cot and rest a bit. Once I get a meeting time, I'll let you know.
Is this meeting a trap? I can't afford to lose you, especially given recent events.
Anything could be a trap. That clue is no fool. But if the message is true...
Is this necessary? I can guarantee your safety in the palace, but outside these walls the General has many men that would do anything for him.
Nothing in life is certain, Your Majesty. But I feel something. There is a disruption in the Force. I must investigate this.
Very well. But please, be cautious.
Aren't I always?
That's what I was afraid you'd say.
Well, the meeting is on. Head straight to the cantina. You guys should be in there. And no offense, but I hope I never see you again.
You must have gone through a lot to arrange this meeting. The palace is at full battle readiness. Smuggling in a message is no small task.
Kavar, the famed Jedi Guardian. The Mandalorians counted on the fact it would be you, not Revan, who would lead the Jedi against us during the Mandalorian Wars. I wonder how we'd have fared against you. I thought you were killed fighting Malak during the Jedi Civil War.
It seems my former student keeps curious company. Strange times lead to strange alliances, though. No, I survived the war, if only just. Why are you here? I imagine that you hold little love for any on the Jedi Council anymore, even an old friend. You have to understand that it was a time of great uncertainty. We just learned that Darth Revan was back with an armada. Every Jedi that went with him was lost, corrupted, and as dark as their master. And then there was you. Many thought you were a spy, but there's more to it than that. And I think you deserve an
Am I interrupting? In orbit, I thought for sure that the Ebon Hawk was mine. I was certain, only to see you slip through my fingers during the battle. Imagine my delight to discover you were on Isis. Quite careless, if you ask me. Get them, men! And watch your aim! Civilian casualties cause a mess of paperwork.
I must return to the palace. I'll get word to you when I'm able. Run!
What have you done to my men? Last! Men, take care of him. I won't let Kavar escape.
We must prevent the civilians here from coming to harm by our battle.
Tem algum item aqui no chão? Não. Handmaiden subiu de nível. Salto de força mestre.
Time to die.
A ruptura na força, mas...
Prepare yourself.
E me surpreende a gente ter tomado tanto dano. Opa. Aí. Acho que aqui... Ah, não, tem mais, ó.
What's happening in the West Square? It sounded like battle. Command's ordered comm blackout. Do you know what's going on? What? Why? That makes no sense. Command hasn't issued any alerts. Are you sure it wasn't some of those Beast Rider slags? They've been getting bolder recently. You must be mistaken. Soldiers just don't attack civilians without orders. If it weren't for the comm blackout, I'd check with Command. Just head to the safety of the Merchant Square, citizen. We'll send a patrol to investigate as soon as we can contact our HQ.
Not all the military is after us. Still, Vaklu can throw a whole army at us. I think we've outworn our welcome over here. We should head over to the spaceport before General Vaklu invents some charges against us. Then we'd be in real trouble.
You know what to do. Let's do it! Get him!
Who wants to die first?
A culpa é deles, eu não ia matar ninguém.
The diagnostic is doing something strange. Target acquired. What the hell does that mean?
Ah, que beleza.
I shall honor them with battle. This will teach you.
Tem algum item pra gente pegar? Ah. Sempre tem. Beleza.
Your visa's been scanned. You're cleared to leave. I'd leave right away. Things are going crazy in this quarter.
The shuttle is just ahead. I think we should get out of here fast. It's gonna be some time before they forget about us here. No more trips to ISIS for us until the situation changes. A lot.
Unnecessary observation. You are eliminating many of us Jedi, but such actions only delay the inevitable. Annoying rest.
Yeah.
Ratio and systems failing faster.
We're back. The shuttle is going to stay docked here until further notice. I'm not ready to part company yet. It sounds like you have a lot of traveling to do. So do I. I'm going with you. The Sith have taken a particular interest in you, and you could use an extra blaster. I've been meaning to leave Duxon to look for other Mandalorian clans anyway. The Sith aren't known for sharing power. If the Jedi Order is destroyed for good, it's inevitable that the Sith will dominate the Republic, and then my people will be eradicated or enslaved. Helping your cause is a matter of necessity. Mandalorians helped Exar Kun during his war. We know firsthand how we'd fare in the service of their like. But that's enough for now. We'll have time to talk later.
The Ebon Hawk is patched up and ready to go. When you're ready to depart, we can ask the guide here to take us back to the ship.
Beleza. A gente tem algumas coisas, tem que ir no círculo lá e tretar. Não sei se a gente vai conseguir. Deixa eu ver quanto tempo que a gente tem. 2h30? Nossa, e já são 11 horas, né? Que tristeza. Meu Deus, ok. Tá, vamos tentar fazer o negócio do campo de batalha. Será que vai ainda dar pra fazer?
I don't think you'll be able to return to even a Jedi could.
Será que eu deixo eles morrerem e aí não dá pra fazer? Talvez. Tá. Então vamos salvar e finalizar por hoje, mas salvar, dar um hard save aqui. E acho que é isso. Vamos terminar por hoje. Foi rápido, mas foi bom, vai. Então é isso. Obrigado, Rob, aí por ter aparecido. Obrigado quem assistiu, quem vai assistir. E amanhã provavelmente eu acho que eu não consigo fazer nada. Talvez na sexta eu faça mais uma stream. É isso aí. Um beijão e falou!